G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another episode of this Aston Villa career mode. I believe this is episode number 24 and this is the season 2 finale and the first step of season 3 in this episode. So make sure to drop a like, comment and subscribe if you enjoy, it really helps me out. And without further ado, let's get into the final game of this Premier League season. It's going to be up against Newcastle. We need to win to try to move up into that 5th spot, but I think even if Chelsea win, they will beat us out for that 5th spot and we'll end up 6th. But it doesn't look good as Newcastle score an absolute banger, a nice little chip finish there. But we come back in the first half and Barkley manages to equalise before we get into the second half now. We wait patiently for the run of Watkins, who's already broken the record for goals in a single Premier League season, and he gets another one to add to the tally there, as Barkley plays a great ball through to the captain Grealish, and that's basically sealed our fate to getting all the 3 points there as it ends 3-1. Good victory on the final day, but let's see what the table's going to be, and unfortunately we do finish 6th. Chelsea actually managed to win, I believe, their last game, so we actually couldn't catch them even with our win today. So that's a little bit disappointing, and there's going to be no Champions League football next season, which is very disappointing, especially finishing 2nd in year 1 to drop all the way to 6th. Although I don't believe there was a big difference in points. I think we only had 3 less points in the season before. Just all the big clubs managed to get a lot more points than the previous season. But here your top scorers, Ollie Watkins killed it. You see 38 goals in 35 matches. So that's just over a goal a game, which is unprecedented. And you see Mane, Cavani was really high up there. Grealish as well for us. And then Barkley as well. So quite a few guys featuring there in our top scorers list, which is not surprising considering we are by far the best attacking side. In the assists there, you see we have 4 of the top 5, I believe that was up there. But yeah, make sure to pause if you want to look at these stats in depth more. Martinez with the 5th most clean sheets. Our defence definitely needs a little bit of work done. We did bring in a couple centre-backs to try to help bolster it. I feel like our fullbacks are still good enough to get the job done, but maybe I should look to investing in a world-class goalkeeper now, because I'm not sure if Martinez is going to get any better. But now I'm just going to go into the stats for the whole season now in the squad hub. See, Martinez, not surprising, played the most games for us. Just behind him is our captain Grealish, and then McGinn and Barkley. And then when you look who scored the most goals for us, no surprise, Ollie Watkins. Then Grealish and Barkley, very close together with 23 and 22. Then Nkunku, and then Wesley chipped in with 12 goals in just 32 appearances, so that was pretty good from him. The position we really struggled was that right midfield position. Edwards and Traore just didn't really do a whole lot. Well, I say it didn't do a whole lot. Edwards was actually doing a decent amount, getting assists as well as goals. But I need someone a bit more deadlier in that position, I think. So I might have to look at investing in that position during next season. Assists-wise, Grealish led the team in that, just in front of Barkley and Watkins. But yeah, that's just our 3-headed monster there. Grealish, Watkins and Barkley. Don't think I'd be replacing any of them. You could make a case for Barkley or Watkins, I guess, just based on rating, but they've been so good for me in game that I don't really want to replace them. And then our top overall guys, Grealish, Diego Carlos, Nkunku, Koundé, Watkins. And so a few of those are guys who are brought in, and just as the season starts to pick up again, I did sell one of our youngsters, and I'm going to send this guy out on loan, hopefully. Because it's always important to send your youngsters on loan, especially if you're not going to play them, otherwise they'll just grow unhappy and not grow at the rate that you want them to. And here we get our season performance review message, and they're not entirely satisfied, but they're going to give me another shot. So getting straight into the next season now, season number 3. Not sure if it's going to be the final season, because I would like to try to get back in the Champions League and try to win it all, but I know that might not ever happen, so it could be a challenge. But I'm up for the challenge, and maybe I will go, 5-6 seasons deep. Just depends how I'm feeling and if I get burnt out, and when the next FIFA does come out, because I think it's getting pretty close now, but I'm not too sure. But here you see I'm just going through my squad now, adding guys to the transfer list and loan list because I do have quite a good academy, and I've been bringing in youngsters, and a lot of them have been attacking youngsters as well, and I've just got a plethora of options, so I'm going to be sending quite a few of them out on loan. And since I'm going to be trying to look to bring in a new right mid, right winger, I'm going to add Traore to the transfer list and just go and see if I can get anything for him, as well as some other guys who I don't think I'll be playing at all. But you see here we get a Traore transfer offer here, but it's more of a swap deal, so I'm not going to accept the player, but I will delegate and try to get some more money for him. I'm very open to that idea, and that'll really help increase our budget and will help me try to afford world-class players. But yeah, let me know who you guys think I should bring in or who I should look to sell, as I'm going to be loaning out Jonathan Bell hopefully here, another young can. I'm going to keep my guy Porter, who did have a few appearances under his belt last season and did impress in quite a few games. But this is the man I'm looking for to not replace Edwards, but maybe take over his starting position and get in instead of Traore. It's going to be Rafinha from Leeds. Hopefully you haven't seen a lot of this guy, because I do try to sign, I guess, unique players in my career modes and not just go for the same old boring world-class superstars like your Sanchos, your Haalands, your Mbappes. Try to go a little bit outside the box. But Leeds are definitely going to play hardball with me because they know the potential this guy's got, and with strict transfer negotiations, instead of like all these other career mode YouTubers, most of them put it on loose just to try to get easy deals done and get all the best players, whereas I like a bit of a challenge. And you see the Leeds are definitely playing hardball, but I am too. I'm not going to just give in and give them whatever they want, but I do risk the deal falling through here, as you'll see in a sec. But I'm offering 74.5 mil basically, and they are going to say okay to that one, as I'm going to be bringing in Rafinha now for 75 million basically. And Traore did sell, and McGinn now has offer has come in for McGinn from Barcelona of all clubs. And at first I wasn't looking to get rid of McGinn because he has been here since the start obviously, but if Barcelona comes knocking, you got to try it. You just got to, I guess, give them the option to put an offer in and try to get as much money as you can for him. And they've actually upped their offer. I delegated it, and they offered 46 mil, and he's only valued at 34, so I think that's a good deal. And obviously with selling a midfielder, I want to bring in a world-class midfielder. And at first I went in for Sabitzer, I think is how you pronounce his name, but they weren't too sure on the offer, and I thought, you know what, I'm not sure if he was the right fit anyway, so I'll go for his teammate Konrad Laimer, who's more of a defensive player, and I think he'll be a good fit next to Nkunku, because our defensive side of the ball definitely needs work compared to our attacking side. So I ended up going for Lima here, and you're going to see it was a good decision as well, I think, because you're going to see the deal we get for him in a second. And I was very surprised by it, because I thought he'd be worth a bit more than his value here, 40.5 mil. I thought maybe it'd be at least 50 plus mil. And you're going to be surprised by the offer I actually end up getting him for. I'm only going to offer his current value just under, with 40 mil on the dot, and they're actually going to accept it straight away. So just like that, I've replaced McGinn and Traore with Lima and Rafinha, and you're going to see them in action in our first game of the Premier League season. Here you see the starting lineups, and it's going to be against a newly promoted, I believe, Nottingham Forest here. So it should be a pretty easy win, but you never know, first game of the season, you know, anything can happen early on. But you see all the guys' ratings there, everyone looking good. And I did obviously skip through the preseason because that was just to try to get a little bit of extra cash in the bag for transfers. And it's not until the second half we actually break through here with Watkins to Nkunku, who's going to put that one past the keeper there. He's not going to miss that. And target down the wing like he has done so many times for Barkley, just to wait for the run of Watkins there off the shoulder, and he puts the second one in. And Nottingham Forest, looking to try to get back in the game, press us way too closely, and it's just a training drill for us there as we go up 3-0. We end up getting one more at the end to make it 4-0 in our first game of the Premier League season, so a good result there. as we come to the end of this episode here. Make sure to drop a like if you enjoyed, and I've got a tough decision at the end here. Atletico Madrid interested in Ollie Watkins, our star man up front, and it's a big offer too, way more than his value, and I'm going to delegate it, but if I get a deal around 100 mil or something, should I accept or should I keep him? Let me know in the comments, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.